Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Bengt. Welcome back to another video. In this one, we're going to be talking about why you need to stop giving a fuck about people, man. And it's kind of a bitter pill to swallow, but once you do, life kind of opens up in ways that it just didn't before. And it allows you to just feel so much more free and not tied down to all of these societal expectations or the expectations of other people. And it allows you to just like actually live a genuine life that you want for yourself. So the biggest thing that I see is, people that are people pleasers. And you have to understand, like, I can only make this video as someone that in the past has been a people pleaser myself. And there are still times where I feel myself wanting to go out of my way to do things for people that um satisfy, my internal desires for like wanting to be liked or, wanting to be respected by a certain, type of person or whatever. And, to a degree, I make those things work in my life in a healthy way. But one thing that I can honestly say that I've grown to realize is that like the opinions of others absolutely do not matter. And also people do not give a fuck about you or your problems. Everybody out here has their own life going on, right? Like everyone out here has their own perception. Everyone's living as like the main character in their own movie, and everything else around you is just like a side character, of a side mission, a background, actor type shit. So it's like, bro, if you live your life thinking about the thoughts and opinions and trying to appease the desires of people that are really background characters in your own movie, like that is going to make for an absolutely miserable existence for you. And I spent the better part of my life, probably up until like the end of college, honestly, just really trapped in this space of like genuinely being terrified of a lack of approval or not being liked by people or being judged by people, and like really, really caring and being invested in what other people thought of me. And that is something that, for one, cost me a lot of opportunities, and also it stopped me from doing things that I was genuinely interested in or cared about and really thought that at the time would have been cool or fun or interesting. But because the people around me maybe wouldn't have thought that, or at least I thought that they wouldn't have thought that, I stopped, um, chasing those things or pursuing those things, or, turn down certain opportunities, whatever. And it's like, dude, that is absolutely insane to do. And it's crazy because for the people that are in that state where you might be a people pleaser and you might still give a fuck about what people think about you and stuff like that. And I totally understand because I've been there and I can be empathetic to that, and I get it. But once you free yourself from that, like, man, you just you start to become more aligned and genuinely living the life that you actually want for yourself, which I think is really, really important. And most people, unfortunately, never will. And one thing to kind of like link this back to other conversations that I've had recently is like, specifically with younger men or women too, for sure. And just like people that are getting ready to graduate college or graduate high school and go to college, or, kind of entering that phase of life where it's like, you know, you're from like whatever, first grade to 12th grade, your bubble and your perception of the world is so small because you've spent 90% of your time in the same place, surrounded by the same people, with a very rigid structure as far as kind of what you were, the path that you were cast upon, right? And then for some of us, we drop out of high school, or some of us don't go to college, and we kind of enter the real world a little earlier. And those people tend to figure out pretty quickly that like a lot of the shit that you dealt with, a lot of the things that you were talking about, or a lot of the people that you were around, a lot of the things, the conversations that were being had, all of that stuff, bro, like just the culture of that really does not fucking matter at all. Doesn't matter at all. And it's very unfortunate because I see a lot of people that pretty much from like the end of high school that is when you start making bigger decisions that have a much more significant, I think, like net effect on your life. Like grades 1 through 12, like I said, the structure and the rigidity and the kind of path laid out for you is pretty cut and dry. There's not a lot of variance with that. But really, once you get out of school, once you start making your own adult decisions, that's where it's like you can make one or two choices or start doing little things that completely alter the trajectory of your life. And so I think that people that are in those positions right now, that are graduating high school or college, or, maybe looking for another opportunity in life, like people that are in that position, making decisions based off of what other people think or what other people feel is right for them, or based off of the opinions or the fear of acceptance or rejection from other people in their life, whether it be like a parent, sibling, role model, something like that. Like, dude, that is so destructive, man. And I wish that I could say the right words to those people to hopefully inspire them to step outside of that mental frame and realize that it's okay to live the life that you want to live because it's yours. And the thoughts and opinions of other people don't matter. Another thing that I've realized recently that's kind of has to do with the whole thing of like not giving a fuck about people is if you follow the generic advice, you will end up a generic person. And one thing that it kind of almost like hurts to say it. Like I feel guilty saying it because, I haven't done or achieved anything crazy or, super, super significant. Like I'm a fucking nobody, bro. I'm literally a guy on YouTube talking to you in my fucking car. But I will say that I know for a fact the things that I've done in my life and the way that I think, whatever the way that I see the world, is definitely not the average. And the average person, they're everywhere. And average is average for a reason because there's the majority of people think or act or do things in that certain way. And I think that people that are trapped in average, that don't want to be average, the one thing that's stopping them and holding them back is the giving a fuck about people or giving the fuck about what people think about them. And it's like, in order to blaze your own trail, you need to be willing to deal with people not approving of it, people feeling hurt or disappointed, or, some other negative emotion towards you for not living up to their standards. And you want to know the really messed up truth about all of that too is a lot of people want to see you succeed, but just not more than them. A lot of people want to see you do well, but just not better than them. So people that are in this average mindset, that are living average lives, that know that they're capable of more, but don't take action on that, end up becoming the most disgusting, resentful, just, I don't want to say narcissistic. That's a pretty extreme term, but, just like miserable crab in a bucket, kind of sour people. And that's tough to live with. I've been there before. You know what I mean? Where I've wanted to be doing certain things and I wasn't doing them. And every time I saw somebody else doing those things, it was like, like I like fuck. You're just like you're jealous of the fact that they were able to step out of their own way and do the things that you want to be doing, but you're held back here, stuck because you still give a fuck about other people's opinions, other people's thoughts about you, whatever. And that's so crazy to me, bro, that I lived like that at one point. Absolutely absurd. So yeah, man, if you're watching this video, man, and you give a fuck about people, which is not a bad thing, but it's more so about their opinions or their views of you, or you're afraid of disappointing or hurting people because you want to do something that doesn't fall in suit with the life that someone else set out for you to live, or the path that someone cast in front of you as because I know better, because I know what's best for you. All that shit, man. Throw it out the window, bro. Throw it out the window. The real trailblazer. Fuck, I can't talk. The real trailblazers, bro. The real disruptors. The real people that do things that are important, that are meaningful, are the ones that probably cast aside the societal expectations or norms of what was the right thing to do. And, a lot of times it takes going through that challenge, it takes going through that like fire and that initial pushback and that feedback of like breaking out of the herd, right? If you look at the masses, right? It's a lot of sheep, man. It's a lot of blind leading the blind. It's a lot of uh, cult-like activity around being fucking average. And the people that want to break free from that, it's unfortunate how many geniuses and how many talented, artists or creatives or business people or anything, bro, that we don't get to see, the world doesn't get to experience, and they never break out of their um, averageness because they're held back by other people in their life that they weren't able to overcome that. They weren't confident enough in themselves to break free from that. And I think that that's something that, at least thinking about it now, hearing myself kind of say this stuff out loud, for me, it's like, damn, dude, I want to make sure that like when I have kids and stuff like that, that I instill in them from a very early age that like, as your parent, guardian, whatever, like there might be some things that until you reach a certain point, a certain level of experience, yeah, maybe we got to make a couple decisions for you because it's like just generally kind of guiding you away from fuck shit. But at the end of the day, like be confident in yourself, be confident in your own choices, be confident in your own personality and your own goals and your own vision and your own dreams. And the things that are in your head, don't ignore them, man. Like try to take advice from other people, learn from other people. But as soon as you start like caring way too much about how they feel, how they think, how is this decision going to impact other people, like those are all things that are healthy to have, thoughts that are okay to have, but you got to regulate that and balance that with like living an authentic life for yourself and being able to have the confidence to pursue the things that you want to pursue for yourself. And I think that's really important. So yeah, guys, hopefully you found this video helpful. Hopefully you found it, entertaining at the very least. Thanks for sitting for 12 minutes in my car with me and having a chat. Appreciate it. If you guys are new here, like, comment, subscribe. We got more videos coming soon. I'll catch you in the next one. All right. Stay strong, stay blessed, stay dangerous. Peace.